How to conquer flu symptoms in just 3 days. Now, if you find yourself having recurring flu, keeps coming back and forth, and you go and you take medications, you take injections, you take drips, and it's not changing, you find yourself in bed, not recovering over a week, out of action, stay with me. I will show you how I've helped many people come out of these situations, and within 3 days are back in action, back at work and doing things. My name is Alan Wadditz. I'm a nutrition expert, and I help people recover their health using nutrition and supplementation. So today is about flu, about the flu virus. So if you find yourself having contracted the virus, and no matter how many injections you've taken, it's not changing, rest assured something can be done, and I will show you why this happens, what's missing, and what you can put into your system, into your body, that will actually help this. So there are 5 steps you can do. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which I'll go over. It's anti-inflammatories, the warrior cells, what they are, how to build them, how to activate your warrior cells, how to reduce the viral load, and the electrolytes you need to have so the body is able to function. So what is meant by anti-inflammatories? So when you have a viral infection, your body actually starts getting inflamed, and the inflammation process sometimes goes out of control. And when that goes out of control, that's when the body is actually having a hard time trying to recover from that. So you can take anti-inflammatories like cortisol. It helps, but it's a temporary thing. You can't keep taking cortisol. However, your body actually makes cortisol. So what do you feed the body to make its own cortisol? This is what it is. It's vitamin B5, vitamin C, omega-3, and B complex. So what happens when you have inflammation? You'll have a lot of phlegm building up in your lungs. So you're trying to cough out the phlegm, and the phlegm doesn't come out. So it's a very irritating process. And you start having breathing problems as well, and pain. So what do you do to actually build up your anti-inflammatories? You take B5, you take about 250 milligrams. Vitamin C, it's about 2,000 milligrams. Omega-3, 1,000 milligrams. B complex, 10 to 25 milligrams. You can take this about during an acute thing when it's like really heavy. You take this 2 to 3 times a day. So you take that dose 2 to 3 times a day over 2 days. When that happens, your body now the inflammation starts dropping, and your body starts like calming down. So you need to calm down the body, and you find within a day or two, the phlegm that's built up starts to becoming unsticky, because sticky phlegm stays sticky because you don't have any inflammatories. When you take this formulation, the phlegm releases, and when it releases, it starts coughing out. Within the 3rd day, you're coughing out a lot of phlegm, and it's easy to come out. And this is one way of actually also getting rid of asthma. So if you've got flu and asthma, that's one way that has worked. I used to suffer with asthma for 35 years. 25 years ago, I discovered this formula, and ever since I've discovered this, I have been asthma free. I don't have phlegm, and I can eat anything that I'm not supposed to eat. So that has helped with allergies as well. So if you have flu, allergies, asthma, this is one formulation that you can take, and I'll show you how to do this per this formulation. So this is done for 2-3 days, and then you've got a maintenance dose that you take to maintain your body's anti-inflammatories under control. So now you've got under control anti-inflammatories. So while your anti-inflammatories under control, you need to build up your T cells and your B cells and your macrophages. This is part of your immune system. So if we take a chart here, your immune system is, let's say, it's at this level here, and if you've got flu and viruses, your viruses are at that level here. So this gap here equals sickness. So now, if you've got warrior cells at that level, and your viruses, this is your virus, and your viral load is up higher, how do you increase your B cells and T cells and macrophages? T cells and B cells attack the virus. The macrophages takes the viruses, puts them together, and eats them up and takes them away. So that helps to drop the viral load. So that's one way of dropping your viral load, is to have warrior cells. How do you build warrior cells? Warrior cells are made from protein. So you need protein. Sometimes when you're sick, your body's digestive system is poor, so you need protein with enzymes. So the enzymes is there to help digest the protein. So your proteins you get from egg, meat, fish, chicken, cheese. Now if you can get some protein powders, which is called pea protein or whey protein, sometimes they've got enzymes in there, sometimes they don't have. So these are choices that you have to build your proteins. So once you've got your proteins, you're taking your proteins, now you're building your warrior cells, and now you are increasing the load, your warrior cell load. That's going higher and higher. So you're trying to bring it up to that level, to the same levels as your virus. While you're building your warrior cells, the viral load is also dropping. So you want to get to a level where your warrior cells are up and your this is your viruses and this is your warrior cells. So now when you have this gap here where your warrior cells are always high and your viral load is always low, that is called health. So if you want to stay healthy for a very long time, that's all you have to do. That's the trick here. So I'm giving you the secret here on how to build it. So number 1, anti-inflammatory. Number 2, warrior cells. So you've built that. Number 3, you need to activate the warrior cells, because now you can have an army, but hasn't got any weapons. How do you give it weapons? How do you make it activated so that it can actually go and tackle the viruses? So but the activation of it is actually done with vitamin D3. So you'll find a lot of people with sicknesses and viruses, the vitamin D3 has dropped dramatically because D3 is used up to fight infections. So if your levels of vitamin 3 are low, your capacity to fight infections, inflammations, to fight viruses is very low. So your viral load stays high like here, and the body's not able to fight. So it doesn't matter how much of T cells you got, if they're not active, they get activated by vitamin D3. So your vitamin D3, at the start, you need to take up 5,000 to 10,000 a day of vitamin D3 every day for the next week, and continuously do that. So that will start building up and activating your warrior cells. So now slowly you're going to find your immune system is building up, and slowly you find yourself getting better and better. So D3. So you need also zinc, which is about 15 milligrams, copper 2 milligrams, and selenium as well. So these are the essential nutrients which activates your warrior cells. It makes them active and makes them able to fight. Now that they've got the weapons, you can fight. Now we come to number 4. So now you've raised that level here of your warrior cells. Now you can also do some activity that drops the viruses as well. So the way to drop that is you use herbs. There's herbs that you can use which are available on the market. There's a lot of common herbs which I'm sure you've heard. Echinacea, olive leaf, astragalus, African potato, artemisia, elderflower. These are different herbs. So what these herbs do, while you are activating your immune cells, it drops the viral load. So you get to that point. So your warrior cells have gone up, your viruses have dropped in level, and you get to the healthy state. So that's how you do that. That's why it goes very fast, because you are doing a double action. One is you're moving up the T cells, the B cells, which is your immune system, and you're dropping the viral load. So when you do this, that's why within 2 to 3 days you find yourself getting better and you up and going. I've had many examples of that, so I'm sharing this with you so that you follow this thing and you can do the same. And number 5, lastly, is electrolytes, which is a combination of calcium, magnesium, potassium, and sodium from salt. Normally when you are sick and have inflammation, your levels of salt is also very low. So you need those electrolytes to add to the process so that it actually makes it happen faster. So it accelerates the process. So, and hydration, which is water. So when you're drinking water, you have to drink water which comes with these electrolytes. So here's your formulation that will help you conquer the flu within 3 days. Sometimes I've had people within 2 days. I've had people who were hospitalized on drips, and within a day and a half were out of bed. So that's why I say between 1.5 days to 3 days, you find yourself getting back to normal, and don't have to wait a week, 10 days of sickness in bed and not being active and feeling very, very low and in pain. This one helps a lot. So I'm thankful that you've listened to this and taking note of it. I offer a free health consultation. It's a 30-minute online free health consultation. We can do it on Zoom or WhatsApp. The link is provided. Click on the link, book your session, and I will help you. I will go over each of these things if you need some help on that or help on any other health issues. And I can help you get back on your feet and into a state of health and wellness, which I'm sure you'll be looking for. And you can learn a lot from that. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to working with you.